Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 514.
514.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We are talking all about the Country Bear Musical Jamboree today, which actually will debut on the 17th. But we have been there for it. I think it's a great show. But there's so much going on at the Magic Kingdom as far as Frontierland right now. We have Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Country Bear Musical Jamboree. So maybe you're wanting to visit Walt Disney World, but especially I think it's not too far from Halloween now.
It isn't. We already have our Halloween tickets.
Yes.
Mickey's Not So Scary.
And Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So head to MEI and Mouse Fan Travel if you're planning to book a Walt Disney World vacation.
Now, here we are at the Magic Kingdom bright and early. We met at 7 a.m. This was the day of our preview for the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. And you could see we're walking right down the middle of Main Street. We're about to. And there is nobody here. It was really very exciting to be at the park and have literally no other guests. Now you could see PhotoPass are ready for us. I don't know what they thought I was at the front of a pretty good sized group of people, so it looks like it was just us, but there were of course others too. But it was just very fun and different to be at the Magic Kingdom at this time.
It was really beautiful. Like I was kind of just behind you, so I had this really good view as well. But just behind like one person. But it was amazing.
It was just it reminds me of when the park reopened after the pandemic, and we were there. We got there very early, and there was no one else except you had all the ducks and creatures. But it was, and you could see you have squirrels running around. Very few cast members.
And I've been in the park super early where there's not too many guests around. It's just very quiet and beautiful, and it was really nice to just have this walk.
And here we are. We're about to go through Liberty Square here. They just took the ropes down for us. And of course, we are on our way to Grizzly Hall.
And so there was a new marquee for the Country Bear Musical Jamboree that was installed. Well, I don't want to say it was installed overnight because
it was revealed overnight.
It was revealed overnight. So Disney put it up just before we saw it. And it was really, it's really beautiful. And we have Wendell here. He's got his new outfit for the Country Bear Musical Jamboree.
Starting July 17th, Wendell and Big Al at least will be wearing their new outfits.
Correct. And we were told they are the only ones that will be, at least for now.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that part. So that's interesting. I thought maybe some of the other bears might have new outfits
maybe
too.
Someday, but not now. Mm-mm.
I mean, it's not a huge difference. I think most guests may not even notice they're in different outfits.
Well, Big Al is very similar, but Wendell's is actually, I think, relatively different.
Yeah, he has that little purple, little splash of color there.
And it's very similar to what he wears in the Country Bear Musical Jamboree, but not exactly for Wendell because it looks like he has a little colorful pocket.
Right.
In the show.
And we have a video, I'll link to that, and it shows them doing their meet and greets and then in the show, so you can compare their outfits in both.
And there's new signage. We have The Critics Are Raving, Don't Hibernate on this one. And then now the clock says Country Bear Musical Jamboree, continuous shows today, which wasn't really quite the case, although cast members were previewing it on this day as well.
And it is the same clock. You could see the CBJ from the original Country Bear Jamboree. They just kind of refurbished it, but that clock has been there for a very long time. And
there are display cases where you can see a lot of fun, kind of props and just nods to the show and such. And some of the items might be from previous or from the show previously. But there's the letters. There's also, it says Country Bear Living Magazine.
It's a nice mixture, and it really makes it feel like the bears are alive. It really kind of rounds out their history. If you take the time to read some of this, it's really interesting. I think they did an excellent job. And I've never been to Tokyo Disneyland, but apparently they have this kind of thing in the waiting area at the Tokyo Disneyland version.
And you can tell by that magazine, it mentions Romeo McGraw, which is the new name for Liver Lips. It used to be Liver Lips, now Romeo.
Right. And a few of the bears have different names, or they're known by different names. So we'll, if I remember, I'll try to mention those as we see them in the show.
And there's letters and really a lot to look at. So if there's Big Al's footprints or paw prints. You've got Teddy Bear
Looks
there.
like she won an award.
So, there's really a lot to look at. It mentions Barry Poppins, and you've got Trixie and Ernest the Dude, supercalifragilistic music. He sings.
Right. I think that's very interesting.
Right, in the show, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Wait.
Yeah,
close enough.
You have it right.
Close enough.
That is very correct.
And so you see like the Five Bear Rugs album here. Also, Hungry Bear Restaurant, which is in
Disneyland,
right.
Anaheim. It's a reference to that.
Right, and I don't know if there's one in Tokyo as well or not.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. A little something about creating the new show there.
And so it says lyric notebook and such. So again, there's just like a lot to look at. You've got the lyrics here to Come Again. That's the final song of the show. And there's about 10 songs in the entire show.
And I think we're about to see a harmonica at some point too. No, maybe it's in one of the other areas, but that's very interesting because the Five Bear Rugs, had different instruments and their song is different. So we're going to kind of have a little tribute to that. And we're looking at some of these very nice displays. Some are similar, some are new. Let's see what we have coming up here. I see Firehouse 5 plus 1. Yeah, that was a nice little tribute. And I don't remember that from before.
And it might have been there, it's not like we were there every day looking at the artwork, but I think you said to me before, this is pretty much all Mark Davis artwork, right?
Yeah, it sure is. And now we're looking at another one of the displays. It looks like that could be Big Al's vest.
Like that's what it looks like. And again, just a lot of really fun props and such in here. And then there's like a camera.
That could be Wendell's camera from the Vacation Hoedown version. You remember at the end of it, he'll take a picture of the crowd and they'll say, "No flash photography." And that goes for everybody, Wendell.
And honestly, I didn't even remember that we had a Vacation Hoedown here. I don't know if anybody remembers that. But that was years
it was
ago.
here for a long time.
Right,
I've seen it, yeah.
Don't say, that was like 30 years ago now.
Right.
So I don't even know if I saw it. I did see the Christmas version, and I love the Christmas version here more than I liked the standard version.
And you probably would have seen the Vacation Hoedown at Disneyland, because when the Disneyland Country Bears closed, it closed with that version.
It's
so
possible.
You may have seen it out there.
It's possible. So here it says Grizzly Hall opens. I believe that might be a former washboard and items from the original show.
Oh yeah, there's Fred's mouth harp. I was mentioning that before, his harmonica. So they had, at that scene, they played all of those instruments. And there is the little teddy bear that would have been from the original show as well.
From Oscar.
That's right.
And so...
and you found this, the pressed pennies, these new pressed pennies.
Yeah, I was looking over here, and they have pressed pennies, and they are the new ones. You've got Romeo in there. Once you see, like, a couple of the new names, or even just one of the new names, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is current.
Right. So let's talk about the new show. We're going to see some highlights from the new show. First off, there's a lot more from Melvin, Buff, and Max. The whole introduction, it used to be cast member would tell you, no flash photography, no this, no that. But now we're letting the three heads here tell that. So I think this is much better. It's more interesting to hear it from them. And
they're really an integral part of the show, maybe almost more than the original. I think that they're great in it. So and I just want to mention while we're here, we stood at the very back. So we were in the back row and we were able to stand. So this allowed us to kind of not have to deal with, like, if I was in any other row, I might not even have been able to see the show because I'm 5'4".
Right, and there's a lot of
and then with the cameras, yeah,
right.
and heads, just like, if somebody in front of me is 5'8" or something, I'm not seeing too much.
Yeah,
so
we're very,
really fortunate.
very fortunate. Now we're going to see, we have Henry, of course. He is still the MC. He is about to introduce the Five Bear Rugs, which is Zeke and Zeb and Ted and Fred, and a bear named Tennessee.
And we have Oscar there. As well at the bottom.
Now, this is a new song, the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. It's an all-new song for the show.
Right, and so Oscar still does his little thing where he, like, squeezes the bear.
But the bear is different. Instead of a teddy bear, it's a bear of Big Al. So he must be Oscar's a Big Al fan here.
And so really...
And that's Zeb's son, by the way. Oscar is Zeb's son, in case you didn't know that.
I did not remember that. So of course we have Henry here, and the Country Bears. I mean, they really have a more fluid look to them, and also they all have new outfits. And right now we're hearing "Try Everything" from Zootopia by Trixie, and then Bunny, Bubbles, and Beulah. And I just I wasn't sure if I would like Try Everything in this. I feel like sometimes they're reusing a lot of the same songs for a lot of different attractions and everything. But I did enjoy it.
It works. It does work.
For me, it worked.
And by the way, before recording this show, we went back and we watched the original Country Bear Jamboree, which we put out like 11 or 12 years ago, and then we watched little highlights from Martin's video, his awesome history video. So, you know, it's very, like, we have it right in our head, so it's very easy to compare. Now we're looking at Romeo McGraw, Kiss the Girl, The Little Mermaid.
And in so much of this is also the Max, Buff, and Melvin, and it's really like everybody was just like, oh, you know, because it was really cute.
Yeah, I can't stress how great of supporting players they are. Max,
and you've got the
Buff, and Melvin.
The hearts going around.
Yes, yeah, Kiss the Girl.
It was the whole show to me. Oh, let me
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'll give you a break and say that for you.
And then you've got the smoke effect here.
He is smoking.
Yes.
That's some of the jokes from the...
and
things.
You didn't even mention Mineral King.
Yes, there was a little reference to Mineral King, which that's where the Country Bears got their origin. It was going to be a show at Mineral King, which Walt Disney wanted to produce.
It would have been a ski resort that never materialized.
That's right.
So, but they would have been like a show during dinner. They would have had the Country Bears.
Yeah, so it's very nice that it kind of didn't go away and ended up coming to Walt Disney World in 1971.
And so now we have a whole new world from Aladdin with Wendell, and we have Teddy Bear up here on her swing.
Yeah, this is another great number. I think this is another improvement. It actually works. I like the lighting. I like the smoke effects. It's, you have Gomer, of course, also doing the piano for this. And,
it really, to me, when we watched, because today we not only, rewatched this, but also we rewatched a couple of older videos. To me, it's a little more lively. And okay.
We have Terrence here,
yes.
And it's Fixer Upper from Frozen.
And by Terrence, it's Shaker.
He's also known as Shaker, and you're going to see an example of Shaker at the end, just like in the previous show.
And it's funny because I did not even remember that song from when we watched it the first time.
It's Big Al, Remember Me.
And so when Big Al comes out, you've got like those same notes as when he did Blood on the Saddle, which I totally hated. I never liked Blood on the Saddle. I didn't love every song in Country Bear Jamboree, but I hated that one.
It got a huge reaction.
Yes.
Really, everything did. And remember, we had to meet there at 7. This was at 8:30 in the morning. And the crowd was really excited, and it was electric in the crowd. So I thought for that amount of earliness, was saying something. This is actually one of my favorite parts. It's Henry plus Sammy. You've got a friend in me. I love Sammy. He's so cute here.
And Sammy used to be on his head.
In Davy Crockett. He was Davy Crockett.
Really super cute. And look at the face, just so cute.
So now we're looking at the finale. It's, of course, the Bear Necessities, a perfect finale.
And almost everybody's here. I don't know if Big Al,
just like in the original show,
no
Big Al starts doing Remember Me all of a sudden.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
Right. So it's the same joke as before, but with just a different song. And it was a great tribute to the original show.
We need to see it again as soon as the 17th
See, here
comes.
comes Big
Yes,
Al, and
now
you just
I
start
remember.
singing, and that's what kind of breaks up the finale.
And the thing, we'll watch it once July 17th comes around,
and
which is Disneyland's birthday also, by the way.
It is indeed, and this is the only song that is a repeat. It's Come Again, and it's featuring with Henry, Sammy, and Melvin, Buff, and Max. So overall, I really like the new show. It has grown on me already. I look forward to seeing it in person.
Honestly, when we have seen the Country Bear Jamboree over the last number of years, it was never that busy. I'm not saying it's never busy, but I think this will actually be a busy show because people are going to want to see it more than once. I think they really did a very nice job with it. And
I think especially for kids, I think kids will identify with it more because they'll know the songs. I mean, all the original songs were not original song. The original show featured country songs from the 60s.
Right, even before
nobody knows now at all.
Even before my time, those songs were. So, like, I was born in 1966, so some of those songs may have come out around then or a little bit before
Now,
that.
I've tracked down every one of the original songs,
Yeah, I know
and we've been playing them, and they're actually very bad. They're not good songs.
Well, don't say
to me. So when
right.
I prefer, of course, the Country Bear version. But I mean, like Blood on the Saddle, that was Tex Ritter. That
right.
was the original
John Ritter's
song.
father sang that.
Right. So I mean, it's I think the songs anyway are going to work for a modern audience a lot better.
And also, I mean, they brought in some really nice talent, like Mac McAnally, who is Shaker.
Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band, very, very well known from that.
And I did not know him from that. I knew him because he wrote Sawyer Brown songs.
That too.
So he's really, he's somebody who's really well known, and they brought him in. And then Emily Ann Roberts as Trixie, and
she's great for Trixie.
She's really good, and other talent. So they really, I think, did their homework. For me, it's a really good show.
So that is another show. Speaking of shows, we want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Yeah, please head to their website, and there's so many Disney and Universal vacations that are available right now. You've got the Disney Cruise Line, so many different ships, and they are, Becky's probably on another cruise right now.
Yes.
She's like doing cruising pretty much all year.
I think she's actually home, a very short respite
not
at
for
home,
long,
and then turning around for some more cruising.
Right, and so also, we've got Walt Disney World. Over the last number of years, you've got Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. You have Ratatouille. There's a lot that's coming in. Let's say in the last 5 or so years, and now Magic Kingdom, and of course we have Disneyland. Oogie Boogie Bash is coming. You can't get tickets anymore.
Well, we have
Halloween is so great.
Less than a month until the D23 Expo, and less than a month until Halloween.
Right, hard to believe.
Mickey's Not So Scary will be starting very soon.
I hope that we'll hear some really good things at D23. Not only, certainly for Walt Disney World, because I have no idea exactly what they're going to be doing right now. There's, something has to start.
Right.
And then I don't know about Disneyland, but Disneyland Paris also, I want to know when Frozen's opening. I hope they will let us know.
I'm sure we'll hear about worldwide things coming.
I hope so. So, that's less than a month away now. It's hard to believe.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.